Еще одна причина. Как люди стали жить у нас лучше.
In a world shaped by power and paranoia, some leaders didn't just rule, they put on a show. From Uganda to North Korea, from palaces to jungle hideouts, the 20th and 21st centuries gave us dictators who were part despot, part delusional, and at times, downright ridiculous. One of them is Idi Amin. He ruled Uganda from 1971 to 1979. Known for mass atrocities, he had a sense of humor, as he would call it that. His official title was His Excellency, President for Life, Field Marshal Al-Haji Dr. Idi Amin Dada, Lord of all the beasts of the earth and fishes of the sea, King of Scotland. Yes, he said that. In 1972, Amin wrote a letter to Queen Elizabeth II proposing marriage, claiming he could unite Britain and Uganda under one roof. Amin denied being a cannibal, saying, "I don't like human flesh. It's too salty." His health minister vanished after criticizing his rule. Amin explained, perhaps he's hiding. His reign ended dramatically, and he fled the country in 1979. The next one is the former president of Turkmenistan. He ran Turkmenistan from 1991 to 2006 with a flair for the fabulously absurd. He erected a 50-foot golden statue of himself that rotated to face the sun. He banned opera, ballet, long hair, lip-syncing, dogs in public, and recorded music at weddings. January and April were named after him and his mother. In 2004, he renamed bread Gurban Sultan, again in honor of his mother. Turkmen mothers had to tell their children, "Eat your Gurban Sultan with soup." He wrote a spiritual guide that was mandatory to read in schools, universities, and governmental organizations. In 2005, he closed down all rural libraries and hospitals outside of the capital city, Ashgabat, once stating that if people are ill, they can come to Ashgabat. Under his rule, Turkmenistan had the lowest life expectancy in Central Asia. One of the world's most renowned dictators is North Korea's former leader, Kim Jong-il. He ruled North Korea from 1994 to 2011. Kim, a fan of movies, owned over 20,000 DVDs and kidnapped South Korean director Shin Sang-ok to create North Korea's version of Godzilla. North Korean media claimed he could control the weather with his emotions and scored 11 holes in one the first time he played golf. Citizens were only allowed 15 government-approved hairstyles. Kim received numerous titles during his rule. Like his father, he was afraid of flying, so he traveled to China and Russia via a special train made for him, in which he used to devour special lobster airlifted to his train with silver chopsticks. Given this much power, one would hardly stop themselves from feasting on some delicious lobsters. Mobutu was a Congolese politician and military officer who ruled Congo from 1965 till 1997, known for his leopard skin hats and lavish palaces. Mobutu dropped his European name, Joseph Desire Mobutu, and adopted an African one that translates to the all-powerful warrior who, because of his endurance and inflexible will to win, will go from conquest to conquest, leaving fire in his wake. For shopping trips to Paris, he would charter a Concorde from Air France and had a special runway made for it in Congo. In June 1983, he raised himself to the rank of Marshal. He was often quoted as saying, "If you want to steal, nicely steal a little, but if you steal too much to become rich overnight, you will be caught." Pakistan also got the chance to be in the list of dictators with bizarre stories. General Aga Muhammad Yahya Khan ruled Pakistan from 1969 to 1971. A heavy drinker and notorious womanizer, Yahya's military residence often hosted loud parties while civil war brewed in East Pakistan. On December 16, 1971, as the Pakistani army surrendered in Dhaka, Yahya was reportedly hosting a cocktail party. Aklim Akhtar, aka General Rani, reports that he had a special sofa to sit on for drinking and giving military orders between sips. When Yahya appeared before the post-war commission and was asked about his affairs with numerous women, his reply was, "I never called any one of them. Their husbands brought them to me. How is that my fault?" Musharraf admitted in interviews that he was a fan of Indian cinema and once joked that if he weren't in the army, he'd love to be an actor in Bollywood. He loved watching Amitabh Bachchan films and was reportedly disappointed when Indian actors declined to meet him during summits. Musharraf was often called the liberal dictator. In one bizarre moment during his presidency, he was seen dancing alongside showbiz actors in a very drowsy manner, which had the viewers questioning whether he was drunk or not. Musharraf's beloved dog, Whiskey, reportedly lived in air-conditioned comfort, received imported dog food, and had a dedicated staff member. Another feather in the hat in this list for Pakistan is Asim Munir. General Asim Munir, while not officially Pakistan's head of state, is increasingly viewed as a powerful behind-the-scenes figure shaping the country's politics and institutions. He has been accused of exerting control over political and judicial affairs, including alleged blackmail of senior politicians and judges through covert surveillance. His reported directives following the May 9th protests led to widespread human rights concerns, with over 10,000 alleged unlawful arrests. His son-in-law was posted to the Defense Academy in UK, while his uncle was handling important postings in Islamabad, his wife's close relative being made a minister and senator without any prior political experience, and his daughters possessing blue passport echo a familiar pattern in the history of authoritarian influence, where unchecked power often gives rise to personal excess, institutional capture, and opaque decision-making. General Munir sought to leverage the ongoing Pakistan-India conflict to portray himself as a national savior and an Iron Man. Utilizing this narrative, he secured a promotion to the rank of Field Marshal. Furthermore, he attempted to use the heightened tensions as a means to divert public attention from the military establishment's illegal actions over the past 3 years. However, this strategy was undermined by widespread pushback on social media, where users actively challenged and exposed the underlying motives, ultimately causing the plan to backfire. What makes these men so unhinged? Absolute power, unchecked paranoia, and a world that often stood by and watched. From golden statues to banned jazz music, the tales of these tyrants may sound like satire. But for millions, they were a deadly reality, wrapped in a cloak of absurdity. History laughs, but it also remembers.